Rahman Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment. Welcome to Counter Views. Of course, you can tell who is late. It's Paz and Touchline and Ram, but Ram has an excuse. He was on the top 6. So big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace as well. Massive show actually today. Is Arteta way the right way to play football now? All the Premier League teams got cooked in the Champions League by a high scoreline. Man City 5-1, Chelsea 8-2, Newcastle like what? Was it like 8-3 for Newcastle? But Liverpool won against Galatasaray. Spurs got cooked as well against Atletico Madrid, but they played with dignity. They played well, especially in that second game. But Spurs are irrelevant anyway. Is Pep Guardiola era done? Is that brand of football done? Nobody plays that tiki-taka anymore. It's either you play high press and you play quick, you play direct, or you play structured like Arsenal. We're going to talk about this. Is Liam Rosenior cooked? What is the note that he's handing about on the sideline to Garnacho? The guy is cooked. I think he's out of his depth. However, I know that they discussed this on Football Terrace. Should Chelsea be stripped of the titles because they cheated? That is, Simon Jordan was speaking about this. Danny Murphy was speaking about this. They were talking about this on other platforms as well. Should Chelsea, logically speaking, should Chelsea be stripped of the titles? I want to know. There is a lot of people that are actually talking about it. We're going to give you the breakdown of it. I know it sounds crazy, and I know that Chelsea fans are sensitive about it, but there is talks about, are these titles legal? Are these titles legal?
No.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it because
you ain't getting none of those titles. You weren't involved in at that time.
Okay, I don't want this to be. I don't want. Okay, that's not the point, KG.
That's why.
That's not the point. That's not the point. But the other one is Mohamed Salah back? I'm just gonna say, washed Mohamed Salah has more GA than a lot of players that are world class in the league. The Palmers, Foden, Sakas, all of these people. Salah has more. Why are you sensitive? Can you stop being sensitive and be objective? Well, like yesterday, okay, the cooking and the banter was yesterday. Just be objective.
Stop saying Saka as a buzzword.
Why? So why? It's not a buzzword. So Foden is not a buzzword. Palmer is not a buzzword. Ya Allah alayh. I'm sorry. I apologize. Say
Lautaro Martinez. Say that your guys. Tell him they got more GA than your guys.
He doesn't play in the league, ya Habibi.
Our guys are not your guys. Mention your guys.
Yeah, Habibi, he doesn't play in the same league.
I don't care. Mention your guys too.
Yeah,
our guys. If you said Palmer, you said Foden, you said Saka. Who does he have more GA than in your club?
Everybody.
Then say that. Then don't try to say.
Okay, he has.
Say your names as well.
He has. Yeah, Allah Ali Allah.
Say your names as well, you bum.
Okay, Lautaro Martinez and Thuram. Is that okay? Is that okay? Okay, good. Are you happy? Are you happy now? Happy?
I'm happy.
Happy?
Yes. Yeah, happier. Yes.
Happier.
Okay. See how I backed you lot up. I got you. Don't worry. Don't let this bum Mo start talking on our star boys.
Hey, turn your mic up a little bit, Paz. Just a little bit. Yeah.
I think the mic is down or something.
Yeah.
Let me fix it. I
need you a little bit louder when you're doing most slander, so I can hear you in perfect clarity.
No, Mo is the bum. Done.
Guys, I want everyone to vote because I want to see now. There was a debate this morning about who's the best player in the world now. Is it Mbappe, Kane, Yamal, or Dembele? And also, is Wayne Rooney better than Neymar? Is absolutely nuts.
Hell no.
This stream is gonna rattle me, Garrett.
Rooney lost his mind.
I know I'm about to get out. I know I'm about to get out.
Wallahi, it is crazy. But listen,
Neymar disrespect is actually over.
It is absolutely crazy. They will not be tolerated.
What is going on? Why are people saying that Touchline is in CB's channel? Is he getting cooked on the CB channel or something?
Keep
CB frying him.
Keep him over there, bro. Please keep Touchline.
Yeah, after some of the player comparisons he was coming out with last show, I think he needs a timeout.
He said Kane is shit.
I don't even think that's the worst one though, Pads. I think it was the Yaya Carrick one. That was.
Where you from in England? Are you from Bristol?
No, that's just where I'm located.
I knew it. Do you know how I know you're from Bristol?
What letter was it that got you? What letter was it?
No, hold on, because I used to date a ting, and I used to date a ting from Bristol, and she used to sing this song. I've got a combiner wrister, and I'll give you the key. You know that song, I know.
I know that one. Yeah.
That twang on Harvester. That's how you sound.
No, yeah, I always get it if I say like my R's, yeah. But other than that,
I knew it. He was affiliated with Bristol. I knew it.
Big up my man, the shy boy. Big up my friend. Eid Mubarak to all. I pray that this month has blessed you all with happiness and good health. All my love to Mo, panel, and chat alike. Eid Mubarak to everyone. May Allah accept all your deeds and all the good stuff that you did in Ramadan. For everyone that actually did good things in Ramadan, may Allah actually forgive all your sins, of course, that you did in Ramadan. Thank you so much, my man, for dropping the 50-piece. Really appreciate you. Eid Mubarak to you and all your family, all your loved ones. Really, really appreciate you. W's, guys, in the chat for my man. Rosie's saying, take the titles away, erase their history.
See, if I speak on this subject, it will get clipped and used against me in a few months. So I'm
as it absolutely should.
Stop worrying about that. What's my mic?
But I want to actually start with something.
Is my mic good?
I actually,
a little bit higher.
Your mic is good. I think it's good.
How do
I want to start with something.
Who's got to turn it up?
I tried, bro. It has automatic turn up. Like I do it like. Okay,
can you hear it?
There you go.
There we go.
Is that better?
You hear me? Mo's a bum. Mo is a bum.
Yeah. Hey, that was loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Well, I wanna start with the Chelsea, of course. Are Chelsea cooked? Are they cooked? Do you think the club is cooked? Bro, I've been listening lately to. I've been listening to Matisse and Jason Kandi. We're talking. Wallah, it's not Mo, bro. It's not Mo. Number one, Chelsea fans in the chat, they're like, the club is cooked. Liam Rosenior is cooked.
Can I give you an unpopular opinion?
Yes.
Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. I'll put Aston Villa to the side because they're in a unique scenario.
Okay.
Out of those three clubs, I think Chelsea, if you're not taking into account where their club is, in terms of where their squad is, I'd rather be where Chelsea are.
I don't know about that one.
You'd rather be Chelsea out of all those.
I'd rather be, let's say, take away what's going on at their club, because Chelsea's club is a madness.
Yeah.
But let's take squads, what they have in their squad. Let's say if you're Liverpool, you're Man United, and you're Chelsea, and you had to keep all of those players, and you was
So you're talking player for player. You're taking player for player. Player for player.
Hold on, but not because they're better, not because the players are
we
better.
just talking sheer depth? Are we talking sheer depth?
No, forget about depth. The reason why I say it, is because, if you look at Liverpool, Liverpool have, not only do they have balance issues, they have age issues.
Yeah.
If you were to count up all the issues that these people have,
money, the wage issues,
they have a lot of issues in terms of, they just gave 2 brand new deals to 2 pensioners. They've got balance issues, they got midfield issues, they got defensive issues, they got offensive issues.
Paz, don't forget. Paz, don't forget they just gave 300K to Ryan Gravenberch.
Yeah, and they just gave 300K. So not only are they gonna have wage issues, they're gonna have issues across all 3. Yeah. If, by the way, I'm just talking about purely squad. I'm not saying I would prefer to be a Chelsea fan over the other 2. That is not what I'm saying.
We know you will. That's already understood.
If we're talking about squads, I feel like Chelsea squad are young enough to say they're young. They're young. That's why they're shit. Is it? I can attach that excuse to my squad. My squad's the youngest, like what we used to do. We got a young squad. Let them. I can at least have an excuse. Liverpool have no excuse other than we're shit. If you listen to Hassam talk about his squad, it's just we're shit. He has nothing else to add to the scenario.
I did say 2 years ago.
And then look at Man U. Hold on, look at Man U. Man U, their fans are buzzing with where they're at. They're buzzing with their attack, they're buzzing with their midfield, and they're buzzing with their defense. And we know exactly what they are. Let's all be real. We know exactly what Man United are.
Bro.
And they are not going to progress really further than where they are. And they have a thin squad when it comes to quality. Whereas Chelsea are fighting with these people and their squad, we all get onto it. And they're all 3 of them are scrapping. And Chelsea have more fair excuses than what Liverpool have and what Man United have. That is why, squad-wise, I would take Chelsea's.
Yeah, I'd agree. You look, like you said, Liverpool is extremely top-heavy. I know Mo mentioned Mo Salah, and is he back? Hell no. If you actually watch the game and you watch what he does, don't get me wrong, that was a great goal, but that was a vintage.
I can't lie. That
goal.
penalty, the penalty he missed might be one of the worst penalties I've seen
this week. Best thing I've seen.
And the thing is, as well, what shows that he is washed is he stepped up to that and I knew he was missing. I knew.
Everybody knew.
Well, not missing, should I say? It was saved. He did not miss.
His face didn't look convincing.
They've got old players on crazy wages. They've got younger players or players like McAllister, who is absolutely washed. His legs are gone. Like, he needs to be in a cryo chamber from now into the World Cup if Argentina want any chance at winning this World Cup, right? Then they still need a right back because Frimpong's not a right back, right? They're playing him right wing up there with most.
Bradley's good, to be fair. He's just injured.
Yeah, but he's always injured.
Can I ask you a question? I've seen something in the chat that's really interesting, and I want everyone to answer this because I know my answer. Yeah. If you could change, big up Miso Milos. I'm not even going to attempt the rest of your name. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher it. I'm so sorry. If you could change one thing about the Prem, what would it be? Let's all go around and answer that.
You go first. Go first.
I would get rid of the managers.
Player manager.
No, I would just get rid of the managers.
So you just get out there.
I can break that down, but I want to hear everyone's answer first. I'll break my answer down once I hear everyone else's answer.
One change. You know what I would like if you
change one thing.
One change. Oh, I would. Oh man, this is tough. Go ahead, Nathan. Let me buy me some time.
Mine's a bit of a basic answer, but it's PGMOL because I just think like the main character syndrome when it
he
comes
doesn't
to
want a realistic answer.
Referees.
He doesn't want a realistic answer.
It's a realistic answer, and the only reason it's a realistic answer is because it's actually something that irks me. Like, I just think it's bad, and there's not anything off the top of my head that's kind of unrealistic or quirky that I can think that I would probably want to get rid of. Other than maybe I think 19 teams in the league should be able to get a corner when the ball goes out of play off the opposition. But if it goes off the opposition in Man City's favour, it should be a goal kick to the other team anyway. is something I'd get rid of, because I can't watch Man City's corners anymore. I can't do it. That's the only other thing I'd change, because I can't do it.
I'm changing the Royal Rumble on free kicks, on corner kicks, on set pieces. Get rid of all that shit.
Go on, Mo. What do you think?
For me, I would have a rule where everyone can spend exactly the same. Every season, there is a limit you spend, including your wages, your summer transfers, your everything, and all the clubs can spend the exact same money, so we can actually see the level playing field. So we can actually see if anybody, think about it, like because I want you guys to imagine if, and it has nothing to do with revenue. So let's just say everyone has a budget of 500 million to spend over a year. That's your expenditure, right? Or 300, whatever number, or 200. Everyone, right? Yeah, can spend that money, and that's about it.
I like that. That's American style.
Okay, I'm going to point out the issue of everything you lot said. Apart from Nathaniel is just like, you're just fuming that you've been bumped by a PGMO a few times. Remind me of yours, KG. Remind me of yours.
The Arsenal Wrestling Royal Rumble in the box.
Okay, cool. See, I feel like my solution solves your problem, and then Mo's, what you're talking about, will set the Prem will be behind the rest of the football.
No. But I mean,
I'll explain. But for me, you bring in basketball rules. If that doesn't apply to the rest of the world football,
yeah.
I want that to be applied to. That should be applied everywhere. That will be applied everywhere.
Yeah, but I think what they've put on the Prem now is now leveling the playing field for other leagues. I don't think it's in the Prem.
I had discussion.
Hold on, wait. Let me finish this point. So for me, yeah, all of the problems that everyone has of the Prem, everyone's talking about football as an entertainment product, which I think is what the point everyone misses. Is football is supposed to be an entertainment product. And don't get me wrong, because my club is benefiting off of this shithousery, I'm not going to be the one that's standing in line protesting trying to defend this. But let's say the issue with what football has is become a player-dominant sport into now a manager-dominated sport where players don't really actually think that much for themselves. They don't manage the game. They don't really do anything that your Patrick Vieira era would do, your John Terry era. That's why there is no John Terry's and there is no Patrick Vieira's anymore, because they don't have to be. There might be one or two, and those people are standouts for a reason. But at the same time, those people are now communicating. Those people are now offspring of the managers. Whereas you won't hear Rodri saying, "I'm airing Pep." That's impossible. Impossible scenario. So now for me, you take away a certain level of influence, and maybe even if you don't get rid of the managers, but you get rid of a certain level of influence from the managers. Now you have a game that is player orientated. And when things are player orientated and things are done off of natural ability, reactions, you will now get a more open game, because I don't think you can get 11 players to shithouse at the same time without a manager's plan.
Yeah.
And for me, everyone, I don't think anyone could argue that if you're talking about the league, let's say none of us are Prem fans. We want to watch the Prem as an entertainment product. The best Prem that we could see is an end-to-end game where it's all action. There's loads of shots, there's loads of tackles, there's loads of interceptions, there's loads of crosses, there's loads of shots, there's loads of everything. There's the key to a more.
But I disagree with that thing.
More actions. There's no volume in action.
But I'm not about that life. This is one of the Okay, I like football when it was there is end to end and stuff like this, but I don't like it to be non-structured. I don't like that. I'm not about that life. So for example, I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, the Newcastle versus Barcelona game, I saw it was stupid. It was amateur brand of football. I genuinely believed it was amateur brand of football.
I disagree.
I believe that yesterday, for example, Newcastle played 90 minutes one-on-one, and they look stupid and they look dumb. Right, and they got 7 goals scored on them because I think that was. I think
is that because
for me, I can hold on. I can play that brand of football. It is nothing on the line, but there is everything on the line. So I would rather be structured.
Hold on. The issue of your analysis here is you haven't taken into account the scenario of when things happened in that Barcelona Newcastle game. They got Newcastle for me. Like my bet was on Newcastle. I thought Newcastle was going to knock Barcelona out until certain things happen in the game. And once your head drops and you're overwhelmed with quality, it's very difficult to turn your brain back on because you just feel like you're getting battered. And when you feel like you're getting battered, it's very hard to now switch on again and come back. Speaking of I put it this way, yeah. If I'm Joe Linton or I'm all these other or Tor, whatever the fuck his name is, who just watch if I look around and I see 11 midgets moving at the speed of light, bro, I don't really want to play anymore. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting
It's so actually it's a fantastic point because one of the points I wanted to discuss here is the Pep era. Is it finished? And the reason why I'm saying this because in Europe, what happened in Europe is everyone that went and played open game, apart from Liverpool that played Galatasaray, Man City, that way that Pep played, they got cooked. By the way, Vinny Jr. could have had 8 goals by himself, by the way. If he's should have had 8 goals, right? Chelsea tried to open up and played more expensive, got cooked against PSG, got cooked, right? And there is reasons for it because I believe that PSG are better than Chelsea. If both play the same, if both play open football. Are we in an era where the structured football of Mikel Arteta is better weapon for you to actually win trophies? Because everyone now, there are about 3-4 teams in the world. Okay, PSG, let's just establish PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona. A lot of people are deluded, and I've had this discussion. A lot of people are deluded enough to say La Liga is better than the Premier League because there is 2 teams that are good. The Bundesliga is better than the Premier League because Bayern Munich cooked Atalanta and but that's one team. The rest of the 19 teams literally Man United will cook Borussia Dortmund. You know what I mean? Like the second in League A will get cooked if they play Chelsea. So that argument that has happened, okay, the argument that is happening on Europe, I want to get this out of the way. That is happening everywhere. The Premier League is cooked because Chelsea got cooked. No, Chelsea got cooked by a team that is financially more established than Chelsea, have better players than Chelsea. Newcastle got cooked by Barcelona, who has the best player in the world, and Bayern Munich are Bayern Munich, right? So that argument is stupid.
To break that down as a scientist, though, like for example, the concept of an anomaly, and PSG is an anomaly of the French league. So they do not
Munich is an anomaly.
Yeah, these people do not represent the leagues that they're in. They represent
Thank you so much. And then people say, "Oh, look, the Italian league is cooked." Yeah, because our top teams cannot compete financially with Bayern Munich or PSG, right? The rest of the Bundesliga is shit. It's shit, right? So anyway, long story short, to be able to counter these teams and actually beat these teams, you gotta be Arteta. You can't be Pep. Arteta is your biggest weapon. You gotta be structured. You gotta play that brand of football. By the way, it's not boring. It's called structured because still, by the way, Arsenal scored 2 of the most beautiful goals in this round, right? So anyone that says it's boring, okay, Enze's goal is the goal of the round as it stands, right?
Yeah, but that goal didn't come off of like a lovely team move. That goal came off of individual brilliance, right?
No, it came off a pass. That's individual, but that's what it is. My point about it is Pep Era is that brand of football that control football, 1,000 passes and not be strong defensively. He's trying this again with Rodri. We established. Hold on. Since Rodri came back, okay, my take on Man City, since Rodri came back, his defense is not compact. He doesn't defend with compact line. He presses with 7 players, and he tries to pass 1,000 times. That is the old brand of football, Pep, right? I believe that is not gonna work in the world anymore. That is not how you win anymore.
Okay. Let me reply to that. Yeah. So I will stretch this across genuinely any industry you can think of. Yeah, whether that's gaming or whether that's football or any other sport. Yeah. When there is a clear meta, that is when something becomes boring. So an example would be like in football, there is now becoming a clear meta where it's physicality and stopping the other people, which is what everyone is complaining about. That, unfortunately, right now is the meta of what it's particularly Premier League footballers. Same way, like, for example, in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, everyone was running around with the UMP. It was getting boring because you're running into the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. So when you're faced with the same thing over and over and over again, that's when things become repetitive, and repetitive means boring. So when football is actually at its best, it's not only end to end, but there's variety in the way you approach things. So, for example,
you made earlier.
This also leads to like people don't want to see the. I'll put it this way: all 5 of us are on the panel right now. We don't all have the same opinion of entertainment. One of us might like Netflix. One of us might like football. One of us might like just not watching nothing. Some of us like listening to songs in a dark room. Everyone has their own perception of the way they see football and the way they want football. So the key to that is variety. So for me, the issue with football now is there is no variety. The issue with the Prem is that there's absolutely no variety.
None.
Everyone is trying to be a terrorist, bro.
Yeah. Say everybody from the top team in the league to the bottom team of the league all play out the back, all play the exact same way. They try to set the trap.
But there is
an element of this, but I don't think so. For example, Liam Rosenior is so open defensively because he commits a lot of players forward. He's not structured. He doesn't know how to structure his team. There is a gaping hole in the middle of Chelsea all the time. Arne Slot, for example.
He's been here for 5 minutes, Mo. He's been here for 5 minutes.
Arne Slot, for example, when he tried to play his brand of football, Liverpool looks so exposed in the middle again that it looks like it's wide open, right? I believe that a team that is very structured in the league, the team that is well structured in the league, is only one team. There's only one team in the league that is very structured, that is in control. Okay, don't give me Brentford, don't give me Everton. I'm talking about the top teams that have the quality to dominate position, to actually smother the opposition, to press high, to control the pitch. It's only Arsenal. By the way, when Liverpool opened up, Ram would tell you this, when Liverpool opened up, they got opened all the time and they lose games. When Man City open up, they lose. When Chelsea open up, they lose.
But that's the point, is that there's now a clear meta. Because if you're a Brentford, for example, who just got absolutely fleeced in the summer and they robbed, all their best players got robbed, you got one way to fight, and that's by being a terrorist.
And I think as well, what makes it more boring is this brand of football is a bit easier to replicate than the previous in the Prem. Whereas when teams were trying to play out from the back and copy Pep, it took a higher level of technical ability, which some of these clubs couldn't get the players to do.
On top of that, yeah, do you know what you had?
Hold on.
You had an ability. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on.
But I need to respond to that point. I'm sorry. That point is whack. This point is whack. With all due respect, Nathan, I'm going to tell you what. This point is whack. You know what is the hardest thing in football? I played football. I've been coached. I coached. The hardest thing is football is to do what Arsenal are doing. You know what it is? It's to commit players forward, press, and pass the ball and control position. But out of position, retreat back and be compact and close all the spaces. That's very hard. You know what? Hold on. You know what's easy? Hold on. You know what's easy? You know what's easy? Is yes, you dominate the ball. That is hard. But the second part of the ball, the easy one, is to say, everyone press, we're going to play a high line and leave it to chance. That is the easy thing about football, guys. The easy thing is for you to push your line up and leave it to chance and say, I'm going to leave my defender to do one-on-one. The hardest part, because the hardest part is to do it both defensively be compact, and offensively on the ball. Why? Because you have to do both aspects of the game.
I'm going to back him up. Hold on. Okay, from what you're not wrong.
You guys see my point.
Hold on, you're not wrong, but I think what he's more referring to is the attitude in terms of the way you play. So to be adventurous takes balls, for example, yeah. In order to soak pressure up, you can approach that with no balls, basically, yeah. And you can play for certain
things.
It's
stupidity now. I think it's stupidity.
I agree. You're not wrong.
In this day and age, it's stupidity. Liverpool are the ones that will tell you this. Liverpool.
Mo, I'm not backing you up to say that you're wrong. I'm saying I don't think he was saying what you think he is and saying that replicating Arsenal's thing is easy. I think what he's saying is that if your approach to the narrative, the narrative is Arsenal approach the game negatively and to contain the game. And if your approach is to sit back and absorb pressure, it's a lot easier to do that than, let's say, for example, if you're Brighton, you just want to pop ball.
But I don't talk about. I didn't even mention these teams. You know why? Because these teams will not. I don't mention the teams with 45% ball position sitting back and it on the counter. I don't care about. I am talking about two brands of football, guys.
I agree with you.
I compare two brands of football. It's the Arsenal way of playing football and the Pep way of playing football. The Pep way of playing football press high, pass the ball 1,000 times. But when you lose the ball, keep the press, play a high line, take risks. You know what I mean? Hope that the opposition won't score against you, right? While the Arsenal one is risk averse. Be more in control. When you lose the ball, you have to close down the spaces. Don't leave the opposition chances and don't play a high line. This is the two brands of football now.
With your separation of those two things. I don't think there's that much of a separation between Pep and Arteta as what everyone else thinks. For example, I think they both have an obsession with control. I think people to get onto Arteta, they like to attach this thing to Pep, like, oh, he's adventurous. But in my opinion, he's never been adventurous. Yeah. He just has adventurous players, and those players make people think that Pep is adventurous. But
he's not adventurous. I never said that.
No, but you said
adventurous off the ball. Okay, you didn't. Paz, you heard me wrong. You heard me wrong. Adventurous. No, hold on. Take risks off the ball, not on the ball. Pep is the one. I used to say that. Pep, I'm sure that Pep tells his players, if there is 20% chance that this pass is not going to your teammate, don't take risks. On the ball, he is someone who is, so, by the way, he's so risk averse in terms of like, he needs to complete the pass. He also said that. He said, I would like to complete the 10, 15 yards passes because it's easier for me to recover and the passes are easier, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking when he loses the ball. Pass. He takes risks. The risks is a press, a high line. Arteta doesn't take that risk off the ball. It's very important.
I don't think hunting in packs is risky. I think, for example, I put it this way.
Hansi Flick ball is risky. Hansi Flick ball is risky. Isn't it risky?
A Hansi Flick is the extreme version of whatever Pep does.
His line
what Pep is doing. Fine.
No, Pep and Hansi Flick is not the same thing. Pep will not have Ruben Diaz on the edge of the yard.
But they are on the same barometer.
I don't think so. Hunting in packs is not risky. Yeah. Hunting in packs is a style you've designed in order to get the ball back so that you can get rid of the risk of their counterattack, so that people are scared to even counterattack. An example would be, I think Arsenal's version of that is, if you watch us against Leverkusen, particularly with like Grimaldo. If you watch Grimaldo, in any other game, because I was genuinely curious, because I think at one point was linked with Ronaldo, so I was looking into Ronaldo, and Grimaldo on the transition is one of the most direct people I've seen.
Up and down.
Against us, his passing abilities are mad.
But it's because he didn't do shit against us, because I genuinely think as soon as he's
purposely targeted him,
he's assumed he was. I promise you, watch him against us. He's in space. But for me, the way we make people feel is as if they're in, like, we're already back. Like, I put it this way, football is a lot of mental, So like, let's say you're playing against Barcelona. Mentally in your head, I promise you're not thinking about dominating this ball. You're thinking about, fuck me, let's not lose it.
I want to play the quickest ball to the goal. The quickest way to the goal.
Wherever the fastest fucking winger is, let's just play it there.
Not usually when it comes to Liverpool.
And I think Arsenal now are at the point where we make people think things that are not particularly reality because of what their preconception of us is.
I don't know about that.
It used to be similar with Pep, where you'd think, oh, fucking hell, bro, we're in for doggies today, bro. And I know that. I tell you why I know that, because when I used to play football, there's certain academies that I'd go into and I'd think, these men have popped everyone. We're doing doggies today, man. Then bring your running trainers. And I promise you, Arsenal, Man City have had these similar effects on people, bro.
No, but I think also when Grimaldo's on the ball, whether you be pressing him or not, even if he's in space, you're in such a structure where Grimaldo's the kind of player where he analyzes the game and is like, okay, what's the percentage that I can get this ball to this player? That's the kind of player that he's always been.
Have you watched Grimaldo, bro?
Yes.
That motherfucker's an area hitter. He's worse than Trent with spamming them crosses, bro. He's worse than
when he's in but that's when he's in the opposition half, not in his own half.
He's in I promise you, if you actually go watch some Leverkusen games, he'll go into our half. Because he will get there. That's one thing about us. We'll let you get there.
But you didn't let him.
But do you have the balls to play the ball and risk losing it and let us have it again?
But it's different. It's different when you're letting him there, but you're covering different spaces where you're like, if it's covered, then you can't be able to pass through it.
In general, Ram, you're not chatting shit. But I promise you, against us, this guy was playing so different that I was thinking this guy actually might be a pussy. Because he's getting there, the striker, and you're smart. I'll put it this way. Let's say you see Trent. Let's say you're a striker, Ram, and you see Trent in between the halfway line and the byline. You're thinking, this motherfucker's going to cross it, bro. If you're the striker is running every time. I promise you this guy's turning around and passing it back every single time. I promise you, every time
So I
Ronaldo,
want to go back. So I want to go back to
the.
the original. So is that brand of football that Pep plays not structured as much defensively? Is that dead? Are
It's
people
structured.
finding the anti-football? Because yesterday I was listening to an analysis on CBS and someone said that brand, yes, changed the Premier League, but people now, even the smaller teams, are finding the anti-Pep. Stay resilient. You'll get a couple of chances to counter attack. If your striker is clinical, okay, Calvert-Lewin. If Calvert-Lewin is clinical, Man City lose that game.
Nothing
Against
lasts forever.
Arsenal. By the way,
Nothing-
not for you. Numbers
Nothing
say otherwise.
Nothing lasts forever. At
Yeah.
some
Yeah, yeah.
point,
Oh,
someone.
Okay. I thought you said that's for everyone. Okay. I thought so.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying
example,
at some point-
Arsenal, for example, XG and chances against speak for itself. Yes, you will get a chance against us, but you get one. You might get one chance against us. You might get two, right? But logically speaking, you won't get many. By the way, Liverpool last season, Nottingham Forest, one chance, one goal. Liverpool lost, right? Because they took their chance. But Liverpool are dominating the whole game, and they're very resilient defensively.
Whoa. We didn't dominate the game.
Nottingham Forest 1-0. You literally had 75% ball position.
Yeah, but did nothing.
Sales was man of the match. You remember that game, or you didn't?
Oh no, Sales was not. Don't do that. Don't. We didn't. Nah,
Sales-
that was. The
I will
horror-
go
that
to the
was-
game.
That was the horror. That was the horror show. I remember that game. Bruv,
That was-
You know how many chances he
Mo,
missed?
Mo, I remember that game because my dad gave me grief saying that he was not troubled during that game. Not troubled at all.
That
I
was
remember
Gibbs
that
on
game.
counter?
We were. There was a couple of counters.
Hudson Odoi. Hudson
was-
Oh,
Odoi.
Hudson Odoi,
Joy-
Hudson Odoi, yeah.
Joy
I
cuts
remember
in
that.
and
I thought
puts it
City won
bottom
the league
corner.
that day.
I'm checking the game.
It was a
and you're
horrible
wrong.
game. Horrible game.
I know you are wrong.
Because that is the game that Arne Slot kept on going on about the entire season because he was pissed off. He was pissed when he saw that game.
Big up
My
Arne
man was
Slot.
talking about a victory against against Chelsea. I still started talking about Nottingham
Yo,
Forest.
he
Like,
talked the whole
bruv.
season last season about Chelsea.
Yeah, Liverpool had
every
15
press conference.
shots, 5 shots on target.
I'm like, bro, we are not good enough for
I
anybody to
beg,
be talking
Mo,
about.
look, I was watching the game
Because I remember that
swear,
game.
Mo,
Mo,
when my
bruv.
dad has
Your
literally
dad.
told me I was not bothered about you doing anything. We were horrible that game.
He's joking. Anyway, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get stuck
Sorry.
there. I just want to go back to that thing.
Wait, your dad
before-
supports Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, the first time he came to this country, he moved to Nottingham, like
So
Derby.
what are
Nottingham.
you doing?
Blame his little brother. He was the one that got me to Liverpool.
Your uncle.
Yeah.
Before, let me read this. Before, guys, let me read this. Before Eze's touch and shot, the Hincapia header to Rice, then his pass to Trossard, then his assist to Eze. That is one touch football.
It was a
Yes,
good goal. It was a good
it
goal.
was a great goal by them.
good.
It was very, very good. Very good goal, actually, by them. So, yeah, I spot on empty. It was a good goal. So, are the Prem move towards, is Pep going to succeed again? That's the question.
I think he needs better players. I think that's what it comes down to. You look at Pep's system before, and yeah, he's definitely got to tweak it.
I don't think
No,
there
he
are
needs
better
better
players
players.
around. I don't think there are better players around.
I mean, that's up to Man City's
Yeah,
department.
because KG, because the next level above what he has is you buy Lamine Yamal, Dembele, you buy Olise, Kane. He's not buying these guys. What's the next level, bro?
They need better players than Ruben Diaz in 2026. They need better players than Savinho.
Kuzanov.
I mean, but Kuzanov is not.
They have
Kuzanov
Gay. They have Rodri.
Kuzanov would have gotten nowhere near those Centurion Man City teams, right? They had Kyle Walker, who's arguably one of the best right backs ever in the Premier League. They had world-class players at like 4 or 5 positions. And now their world-class player in Rodri doesn't look like the same, right? His legs look gone. There's nobody in there. Bernardo Silva's, 35 years old, wants to leave every summer. He's rumored to leave, and Pep begs him to stay.
Yep.
They don't have the quality that they used to have. Their wingers used to be fantastic players. Mahrez, Sterling, Sane, even Grealish at when he first got there at certain times, certain parts. Still a flop, but still they had better players than they do now. So does Pep need to tweak his system? Absolutely, because he needs to realize, just like Rosenior, he needs to realize who he's working with but at the same time, he needs better players if he wants to play his brand of football, that more riskier football when it comes to defense.
If you ask me about Pep, and I'm like, I don't think there are better players around there.
There aren't, like, it's not that we have bad players,
Right.
but the players that we have, I do not think suit the way he's trying to play. I don't
Which
think
is what I mean. Yeah, that's my
I don't
point.
think it's the style of play is dead, because there are definitely still teams, managers and players that could make it work in the Premier League. But with the personnel we have, it will not work. And we actually suit more of a counter-attacking style of play and soaking up a bit more pressure. Not completely soaking up all the pressure, but soak up a bit more pressure and hitting you in transition. The players we have now don't suit the way that we're trying to play. But I don't think that means that style of play is 100% dead.
Are you going to think
for this team?
But that's the team you have. I think the Pep checked out, actually. I'm not sure if Pep is going to stay.
The point you're trying to make is that the style of play is dead, which I do not think.
I think that style of play is not going to work in the Prem again. You need to adapt. Generally, he's not going to win the Prem again. I don't think that's unless he goes and gets the best players around. I agree with KG. He's not going to work again.
And that point that you've just made there goes back to my point of you saying that style of play only works with the best.
But Arteta's top of the league without the best front line in the league.
So Mo, you say that style of play only works with the best players around, but when I said earlier,
and also you have to have fear factor.
Yeah, but you could flip it too.
Easier to replicate. You said that's not true.
But Mo, you could flip it too and say Arteta's style.
No, it's not.
And I'm not saying this is 100% fact, but you can say Arteta's style of being a little bit risk adverse also takes advantage of the best back line in all of Europe. So that allows him. They've got the players, they've got the quality, they've got the depth in their defense.
We've got to remember, for years, teams were playing a version of what Arteta does, and they weren't successful at it because they.
Who did? Someone tell me who did?
I'm talking lower teams, right?
Okay. This is when people mistake Arsenal for lower teams. This is the problem. Is the narrative that is running in the media, right? People mistake Arsenal for lower teams. Arsenal are one of the most highest position-based teams in the Premier League. Arsenal create chances. Arsenal complete a lot of passes. Arsenal dominate position. Arsenal press high. By the way, if you're at Arsenal, touch the ball the most in the opposition's box. So the reality is no lower team. I want you to give me one lower team that does this. I want you to give me even any team that does this in the Premier League other than Man City. Any team. You'll find none.
Everton plays like that. Physical.
Everton.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they do it well.
Okay,
but I'm just saying they don't
understand how
are
people watching Arsenal and they think that Everton is playing the same way is beyond my head.
They play a similar way. Nobody plays the same way as Arsenal because nobody has a Saliba, a Gabriel, a Timber, a White, a Calafiore. Nobody has that level of quality of defender in the league. So you can't. So just like back in the day with Man City, you can't replicate how they used to play because nobody had that level of quality of player. Not Chelsea, not Arsenal, not Liverpool at the time. Nobody.
But the style is different. Okay, this is.
The problem is,
I get what you're saying. Like, you're saying is Pep washed?
So yeah,
I agree with
like
that.
Everton. Okay, so I want to give you an example of how guys like how. So Everton averages 43% ball position. Arsenal average 57% ball position.
But that's the problem. It's so hard to compare Arsenal to the majority of the league when the majority of the league on Arsenal. They're not the stature of Arsenal. They won't play. The teams are set up to play against Arsenal. Like the majority of the teams in this entire league will play the same way against Arsenal. But when it comes to them, different teams will play differently against them. Like Everton
you're completely. I'm gonna tell you why you're completely wrong. Because the average ball position of Everton is against other teams, Ran. It's not against Arsenal. You don't play against Arsenal 38 games. You only play against Arsenal twice. So if Everton average 43% ball position against the majority of the team, that means Everton are a team that doesn't like to have the ball at their feet.
Okay, so if you give Moyes,
oh my God, am I being?
No, you're missing my point. And he does the exact same thing.
I'm just talking about
Arteta's doing. And if Arteta has the squad that Moyes has, and he's putting up the same number as Moyes has, does that
But
change the narrative.
can Pep play the same exact football with the Burnley squad? He'll get relegated.
No, but that's exactly the point that Ram's making. You're saying that Everton don't like having players in these areas of the pitch, or don't like having players with ball to feet. Is that because Moyes does not want to do that, or is that
because
his
by the way,
players
he
can't do
has.
that?
There is a lot. What tells me, by the way, Nottingham Forest, for example, average 47% ball position. They have players that love to have the ball. Ole Aina likes to have the ball. Right, Morgan Gibbs-White likes to have the ball. Like Elliot Anderson likes to have the ball. It's a choice. It's a manager's choice. It's a manager's ability.
The manager's 2026.
It's ridiculous.
I just don't like the.
What are we?
I just don't like what
are
you.
we, are we
What you're
guys saying?
is- it's
Are
not
we
possible.
saying the narrative that Arsenal play the same brand of football, same style as Everton or Forest?
No, but it's
No,
hard.
I'll-
No,
go
but
ahead,
it's
Rob.
hard to. It's hard to find. It's hard to say a top team plays the same style or same type of football as a lower level team, because the situation of how a lower level team will go about a game will be completely different to what Arsenal would
So
play.
I'm talking about what Arsenal are doing now.
Like you gave because the possession stats, of course, possession stats will be higher because a lot of the lower teams will respect Arsenal and ask them, "Come
so
break
how
us
about
down."
them?
So if you
Okay,
go
so
up
how about
against
them not?
Everton-
Okay, so great. How about them playing other teams, Ram? So why Everton respect Bournemouth? Why do Everton respect Burnley? Why?
Because I think
what's their possession versus those teams?
It's
what Rob is basically
43%
saying is that-
average. I just told you. It's
No,
40
no,
over
again,
the
no,
whole
it's not.
league. It's one
Right.
of the lowest in the league.
Right, but when Everton plays all of the teams on this panel: Man City, Chelsea,
the
Arsenal.
big teams.
They're going to concede. They're going to concede possession because they don't have the players to be able to do that. All I'm saying is the way that Everton likes to approach the game. They like to get the ball to their wide players and die. They like to get the ball out to the left-hand side. They like to be physical on corners and score set pieces. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Everton can do it and replicate it to Arsenal's level. I'm just saying the way they approach football is of a similar vein than Arsenal. But it's not as good as Arsenal because they don't have the players that Arsenal have.
No, they don't. Everton don't play
I
like
can't
us.
explain it. I can't explain it. Like I can't.
Everton don't even have the facilities to play like us.
I'm not saying they play as well as you, but I'm saying what they do is
They don't play like us.
get the
I
ball
don't
wide.
play like us at all.
They get the ball wide. They try to maximize all their set pieces, and they're of course Everton doesn't play exactly like you, but what I'm saying is if Everton the way they set up,
There's
the way they approach,
similarities.
yeah, it's a little similarities to it. I'm not saying it's exactly the same. I'm not saying it'll ever be exactly the same, but the way that teams approach, you can't say any big club is going to play the same as any club that's like down there at the bottom or mid-table, just because of the way teams approach them, the way teams respect them. Teams respect Arsenal. Teams respect Liverpool. Teams respect Man City. Teams somewhat respect Chelsea. They're gonna sit back a little bit more. We're gonna dominate possession, but it's just it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna say so. I'm just gonna say one stat. Arsenal won the most position in the final third defensively, more than Man City, more than anyone in the league. That tells you that Arsenal don't play like Everton.
Did you say that Arsenal did you say Arsenal is a carbon copy? Sorry, Everton is an exact carbon copy of what Arsenal play.
No, of course not, because Everton doesn't have a Declan Rice. Everton doesn't have a Zubimendi. Everton doesn't have the quality that Arsenal have. So of course they're not going to approach the game exactly like Arsenal do, 100% mirror carbon copy. But they're going to try to do similar types of things. They're going to depend on their wingers. They're going to try to get you on set pieces. They're going to be physical with you. They're going to try to be resolute.
Yes, can you please? I just want to because I'm losing my mind. All of what you guys are saying, that is now a stem that is in the Premier League overall. Being physical and being physically strong and all of this stuff, that is part of the Premier League. But that has nothing to do with the style. The style is, where is your line defensively? Do you play direct or you play position? Do you control the situations? Like, that's what Arsenal do.
So you don't
like,
say, so you don't play as
do you press? Do you press, or when you lose the ball, you retreat right away?
What about
Let's simplify this to the core. What are your intentions in the game? What is it that you are looking to how are you looking to impose yourself? And Arsenal and Everton do not have the same fucking intentions, bro. I tell you that for free. Their backline doesn't have the intentions ours does. Their midfield don't have the same intentions, and neither does their attack, bro. We don't have the same intentions in anything other than we are just we have athletic players and they have a few athletic players. I don't even think they're that athletic. To be quite honest with you, bro. Like we the way we play. I think the closest thing I even hear people like put us next to Newcastle, and I'm like, we don't fucking play the same either. Because
I do think that's because you two are probably the two most athletic teams in the
People
league.
see physical and athletic and they think it's the same.
Players. All that is player profile. That's all. And we don't even have those same player profiles. Zubimendi is not like any midfielder that's at Newcastle or Everton. And the only thing you can even link is Rice because his endurance is great. And so is Joe Ellington, so is Tonali's, and so is, to an extent, Bruno Guimaraes. Our midfielders are not like Bruno. We don't really have a midfielder like Joe Ellington. And Tonali, I guess you could put somewhere around the Rice category. Outside of that, our midfield profiles are very different. Saka is not like Elanga. He's not like Gordon. He's not like any of them strikers.
But Pez,
we actually don't have
what fucking world are you gonna have? In what
Martinelli's a
world
bit
is
like
Everton
Gordon,
gonna
though.
have?
So where's the similarities?
You're always gonna have better players than Everton.
But
You're always gonna have more.
Where's the similarities? Where's the similarities?
Money.
But where's the similarities? Because all I'm doing is pointing out the differences. You need to counter these similarities, brother.
I gave you the similarities. You attack through set pieces, just like Everton attacks through set pieces.
Every other team
you attack with wide players, just like Everton funnels the ball to Ndai. You're not direct.
Every team in the world.
You're not some super direct team. Everton's not some super direct team.
Iliman Ndiaye is very direct. Grealish is very direct. Who's their fucking?
I'm talking about the way Everton progresses the ball, the way you progress the ball. You guys are not.
Man City progressed the ball the slowest in the league. KG, the Manchester City progressed the ball the slowest in the league since Rodri came back. The slowest in the league. The team that is the slowest in the league is Man City, KG.
Right. Of course, because Pep style always plays that way. Even when Pep was tiki-taka, the shit was slow. It was always slow.
Like we should move on from this because we're just going around in circles at this point.
Again, people are gonna be arguing different points.
This has nothing against Arsenal style. This has nothing against the way you play and the brand of football you play. It is like Mo said in the beginning. It is extremely effective, and right now there is no counter to it in the league. Nobody can
plays like us, though. I think if you talk about the way we play attackingly and the way we play defensively, no one plays the way we do defensively, and I don't think anyone plays the way we do in the attacking phase. I genuinely don't think there's anyone that actually plays like us. I think people see like certain characteristics of their team in terms of trying to be robust and resilient as playing like Arsenal defensively. They don't. In terms of when we lose the ball, that concept of regrouping, everyone else is still in the old Klopp and Pep phase of trying to counter press or getting straight into a block. We don't get into a block. We get together and we press from our half. Our defensive structure is not like everyone else's because they can't do what we do. I think it's very different. I don't think everyone's prerogative is to regroup immediately and play and press from our half. We don't counter press at all. That's why when people say our press is shit, I genuinely think you're actually mental because we don't have a fucking press. We have a regroup phase and then we press from there. If you actually watch Arsenal, we regroup then press. No one else does that. First of all, and then if you manage to keep the ball for our press, we'll then regroup again. It's loads of regrouping phases until we get the ball back. No one else plays like that defensively. First of all, it's either straight into a low block or it's a counter press. That is genuinely the way most people in the Prem play. And then
I want to move on from this. And
go on, let's just move on.
Yeah, because a great debate actually. It's actually a very good debate. Rivals say if Arsenal win the Premier League, it's a weak league, but if by chance Man City wins, all of a sudden becomes the harder league.
No, because even Man City fans says this is one of the worst teams that they've seen.
Bullshit.
Patrick says
no. It's the thing is, it is.
Patrick literally just said it. Can I?
How are we comparing?
Do you want to do that? Do you really want to do that?
Are we okay? Hold on. I wanna. I want
People
to
get
just ask a question.
People get lost in this narrative because the peak football in the league is not as high as it once was. Doesn't
Bullshit.
mean that it's a worse league because
Bullshit.
the floor has been raised in this league. The ceiling has just been slightly lowered.
The problem was Man City and Liverpool
You don't
created.
think that's you don't
Absolute bullshit.
you don't think that's true?
This concept of the ceiling being dropped, is based on you watching Pep beat up on a bunch of bums that were getting relegated. The people that are getting quote unquote relegated, but you lot were saying Brentford were getting relegated.
Well, City lost against Norwich and they got relegated, no?
But the point I'm making here is all the people. I put it this way: if Arsenal was at the top, you wouldn't hear this scenario. And if we were doing if you just saw a bunch of midgets on our team popping everyone, you wouldn't say this. The reality here is you cannot say the quality of the league has gotten worse when every other player is saying, fuck me, I actually can't breathe in this league. Yamal played against Newcastle, who's not even a top 6 team, and said every time he got the ball, he felt like he stole something.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying.
Everybody, all these other players that you lot rate are saying, fuck me, these Prem teams are on crack. But you lot, who haven't even played 5-a-side this year, are trying to tell me that this league is shit.
That's not what I said. I didn't say
Again, conflating the argument.
Every game you watch, all these players that you once looked up to, that you thought were unbelievable, look shit for a reason, because the influx of talent coming into this league, the influx of physicality, the influx of technical ability, there isn't the time to do all that freaky shit that was done 5 years ago. There just isn't the time, bro. There isn't the space. There isn't the
what
time.
I said.
There is no room for these creative players anymore.
I said the ceiling had only slightly dropped and
I don't
the
think it's
floor
dropped at all.
had raised a considerable amount.
I don't think the ceiling's dropped at all, because it's the same motherfucking manager, and some would argue it's a better team. But you will never see that because they will never play against the same opposition. The people that got relegated 5 years ago, those teams had no fucking right being here. They were absolute imposters. All the people that are in the Prem right now, there is absolutely no imposters. All of these people, all 20 teams right now are good enough to play in the Prem, and you can see that by what Wolves are doing, because they were embarrassing at first, and now they're packing people in, bro. They're packing everyone up. Same with the only team that I genuinely look at in this Prem right now.
We could say the same thing about Norwich against City. They beat them. They beat them.
Yeah, but it was a one-off. Okay,
Correct.
it was a one-off.
One-off.
One-off. You are smart enough, guy, to understand the concept of an anomaly, and we all know every single
know that
time.
One of
Sorry.
our hardest games was against
Hold on,
Norwich.
man.
We struggled
Every
against
single time, no matter what the year is, when Norwich come up, they're going straight back down. That is what that club is. Let's actually have a bit of shame. The same way we think it about Burnley, and in fact, Burnley are genuinely the only club I've watched. I think you lot are actually fucking shit. Wolves, I actually don't think that about anymore, and the rest of the clubs I don't think that about.
What about Watford?
You're not saying that this league has gotten shitter. It's cope because we're packing it, because we're packing people, and we're not even packing people. We are just finding ways to win the same way everyone else is trying to do it, because it's very difficult to win in this league, bro. This is what, for me, and when I watch everyone's games, I feel like everyone is struggling and everyone is scrapping and everyone is struggling, bro. There's no team I watch and think you are just blowing this league away. And it's because all of those teams that are below 6, all the way up into 18th, are actually finding a way to become demons. And everyone, I put it this way, bro. The team that's 15th in this Premier League, they can go to any league they want and buy the best player. Bar the top 3 teams.
They got money. You get money, you get good players. And you get
100%.
KG.
That's what it is.
What did Sunderland do when they got promoted? They went France and they said, run me every fucking player
All
you
of
got.
They came to Italy and went to bought players from. They went to Lazio and they went to Rome and they bought players from these clubs. They're like, who's your best player?
Everyone has
my
said,
club.
bro, Sunderland bought a whole new 11. Man can't tell me that the Prem's not the biggest league in the world.
Okay, here is the problem, guys. I'm gonna go back to the conversation, Ram, and I hear your point. However, you're talking about the peak Arsenal, the peak City, and the peak Liverpool. However, people watch PSG beat Chelsea and say, "See, I told you the Premier League was weak," but that's only PSG. This PSG has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
They watch Barcelona beat Newcastle, but when Barcelona went to Newcastle and Newcastle was structured at home, it was 1-1, and they required a penalty for the best. Let me just finish. I want you to respond after this. I swear to God, right? But you don't have to compare them. And then, okay, so these are the top teams, right? So Bayern Munich, we agree. Bayern Munich are very strong. PSG very strong. Barcelona, Real Madrid. Who were the top team in Europe this season?
Arsenal.
So These teams are magnificent, right? Bayern, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid. So who's the team that were top and won every game and schooled
I don't
Atletico
think those
Madrid
teams are
4?
magnificent. I think the
Oh.
only top team, the only two top
So
teams.
logically speaking, so KG, you're right. So logically speaking, if people are to compare, you need to compare all the players in the world, all the leagues. Don't compare it to the 90s.
But then,
In
but
the
then,
world
Mo,
now, Arsenal topped the Champions League, beating Atletico Madrid 4, right?
Mhm.
That Atletico Madrid is third in La Liga. Yes, Chelsea lost to PSG, but PSG is the anomaly. So I cannot. So compare Arsenal now to PSG. Compare Arsenal to Bayern. Arsenal beat Bayern. Like it's already. We have a factual evidence. Arsenal already beat Bayern, right? That's already Chelsea. Structured Chelsea, not with a bum Liam Rosenior, beat Barcelona 3-0 season.
but then can I argue then that can I argue in Europe when you talk about Arsenal finishing top of the Champions League, 2018-19, all the European finals. I think there was no Conference League then. Was all English. 2019-20 again an anomaly because they were playing one game a week, one game as a leg.
What's the point you're making there?
Yeah,
I'm saying that the English teams. You're talking about Arsenal being
Ram,
top of the league.
having
and the
two
English
teams
doing
being-
well.
Wait, let him land this point because I actually want to hear what
Okay.
what the point of this all was.
Because you're telling me about how English teams have done well, and a lot of people have been saying, "Well, the Premier League is one of the hardest leagues because all 6 English teams are through to round of 16." But then, majority of them all been knocked out. But then when I
by
want to
the
use
top,
the
by
argument,
the anomalies of the other leagues, you gotta say that.
okay,
by the
okay,
anomalies of the
why
other
was it-
leagues.
So again, 18-19, when we played Tottenham played Man City played against, I can't remember what their run was. We played against Liverpool, against Barcelona, and the likes of Chelsea played Real Madrid. Like every single team had played a big team during that run, and people were saying, England was the hardest league in the world.
No, it wasn't, because I think at that time there was 2 teams head and shoulders above everyone. No one challenged for the league apart from
Because the level of and again,
because
doesn't
Liverpool
that mean
and
that the
Man
ceiling
City,
has dropped? Because the level of
2
squad building
teams,
was so
but
because the
there is
level of
one
squad
team.
building was so
Hold
high.
on. So there is one team now that is top. So what is that? So you're telling me that 2 teams were up here and the rest are in hell, right? The rest were in hell, right? Now there is one team is here and things are getting closer.
You're saying hell,
But the way
hell.
you're phrasing
It
it
was
is
because-
that Arsenal is so much higher than a
I
Bayern Munich.
don't think so. I don't think
No,
Arsenal are not
I-
so much higher than Bayern Munich.
It's so
No
much
one
higher.
said that. I
I
never
just-
said that, KG.
But then again, we're not.
Against the world, though.
But again, the argument that saying that the ceiling hasn't dropped when it clearly you could tell the level of squad building from the City and Liverpool was so high because they were consistently every single season challenging on all fronts.
Okay, Ram, let me ask you a question. Do you think that these City teams and Liverpool teams that you think are unbelievable, do you think they're packing this Arsenal team?
I won't say pack in, but they'll beat them. Yeah.
I disagree immensely. I couldn't
How?
disagree more.
How?
I
Because
think-
I think tactically,
I think
if I-
even style-wise, I think what you man are good at, that is when you link us. All that transition bullshit, no one has transition against us unless we're taking the absolute piss. That we're designed to
we
kill.
were the best at transition.
Okay,
Not
and
one
so
team
and everyone
nicked
else has
us.
died. Everyone else has died. Everyone else's transition is dead. We don't see everyone else's transition against us. First of all, Pep Guardiola.
And this was Virgil pre
Hold
ACL.
on. Let me land up. Mothers, I'll let you speak. I swear to God.
Mm.
The same Pep Guardiola that does this build up, pass. We've seen this. We've seen it all before. Pep, when he links us, his ass is sitting back like a bum. His ass sits back in his 18-yard box like a bum. Why does he not do that against us? There's a reason, because he's scared out of his life, bro. The same way that for me, if Pep can't break us down, you lot are not great at breaking. You were never great at breaking people down like that. You were never great at that. So for me, if you don't have to sit there and while we're facing you and break us down, I think you're fucking finished. And what we have mastered, bro, we have mastered the art of nullifying everyone, and we've proved that, bro. From Bayern Munich, when they were moving also very demonic in that first half. Second half, didn't see him again. Same with Inter, didn't see them. Same with all the other fucking teams we've beaten, bro. Same with all the other teams we've beaten. All these teams that you respect, when they link us, all of a sudden there's no transition. Villa had to link us when we were in hell. But bar Villa, I haven't seen no one else's transition work. No, I think Villa is the only team where I said, "Fucking hell, you man are actually killing us." Outside of Villa, no one else has worked. No one else's.
I still think against you lot at the Emirates, the reason why it didn't work is because a lot of our players were pussies that day. They didn't take any risks. They didn't take any shots at goal. Frimpong was running through on goal and did not decide to shoot. That is not a tactical error. That is a fundamental player error. And you're talking about the transition style of play. One of the things that Klopp team was, they were monsters in terms of physicality, both athleticism and physicality. You could try and bully us.
I mean, your argument though, your argument about beating those Liverpool teams, you couldn't beat this shitty Liverpool team, and that was Liverpool teams with a crazy
remnants of that Liverpool team. Remnants of that Liverpool team.
I know,
but your point was
that Liverpool team beat everyone else.
The point was
Liverpool team
best teams under Klopp and Nathan's best teams under Pep, right? So Ram's best team or Ram's shitty team now, you didn't beat. We beat his team and we suck. So you're gonna beat a better version of Ram's team.
But we also beat you, and you beat them.
We suck.
We can sit here and do all this triangle stuff all the time.
Did you not hear me say?
You beat them and we beat you. That's the point I'm making. So we can do all this triangle.
You
stuff.
muted yourself.
You're mute. You're mute.
Who,
You're
me?
mute, KG. You're mute.
KG, muted yourself.
Say that way. We have beat. I put it this way.
No, you're not back. You're not back.
He's still on mute.
There are days. Okay, I put it this way. Liverpool for us. Don't get me wrong. I acknowledge that Liverpool has always been a weird team for us to play. Always, probably the weirdest team for us to play, and it's always kind of been that way. I'll be honest with you. But in terms of matchups, if I'm talking about matchups and how I feel, the reason you lot used to beat us is genuinely you used to just overwhelm us with physicality and speed. And the team you used to do that to, one, it was fucking Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Fabinho versus Xhaka, who takes 3 working days to turn around, Torreira, who's about
and Neni.
And fucking El Neni or Guendouzi.
Have some respect. Respect Mohamed El Neni.
Imagine Zubimendi and Eze or Erdegaard up against those three.
You're fined. You have to be fined on the stream.
Our matchup right now.
Sorry, bro. I got man.
Oh no, it's tech fleece facts.
Also, what the way you used to press us? Remember who you were pressing? You're not pressing the same guys no more. And we had one option when you played us, and that was to try and play through this fucking chokehold gegenpress you had. Now, we'll fucking slap that long. Come then, let's fucking have it, you can't.
And then Virgil will win the long balls.
Virgil hasn't won a long ball in a year. He hasn't won one in a year.
This was pre-ACL Virgil.
This was pre-ACL Virgil.
The question you posed was players against those teams. Saying that Virgil hasn't done that in years doesn't make any sense.
Wasn't there?
I need to move on. I need to do the super chats and move on. Fans struggle to pinpoint how we play because every time I'm gonna read something, someone is gonna interject.
It's a good take. Great
like
take.
I need to read I need to read the super chat so we can even respond or we move on. Fans struggle to pinpoint how we play because we're adaptable to any team, any situation. That is why we are one of the few Prem teams not struggling in the Champions League. That is true as well. Like they sat deep against Bayern. They didn't have position against Bayern Munich and they won 3-1.
Wait, whoa. What? In the second half, we had Bayern Munich in fucking hell. The first half, they looked a slightly better team. They were not popping us and dominating us, first of all. That's absolute cap. In the second half, they couldn't breathe. Kimmich couldn't breathe. The bum that was next to Kimmich, I can't remember his name, Lima or whatever his name is, couldn't breathe. That little midget 17-year-old they had in the 10 couldn't breathe. Gnabry couldn't fucking breathe. And the other bum they had on the right couldn't breathe. Kane didn't know what sport he was playing, first of all. In the second half, this man actually couldn't breathe. So for you to say that, we didn't dominate, we dominated the life out of them in the second half, first of all. So have some respect when you're talking to my team, do you understand? Before I start talking about what we did to you. Do you understand? Because when we came to your gaff, the one that you share, by the way, you absolute bedsit sharer, you hostel living rat, yeah? When we came to your hostel and packed you up, yeah? We did the same thing to you. So have some respect when you're talking about a player. Do you understand? Do you understand?
So Arsenal had less position than Bayern Munich at their home, but they beat them 3-1. It says that they are adaptable. Disregard. So that is exactly what Jamal is saying, that they are so adaptable. Chelsea goes wide, similar to Everton. Yeah, Chelsea play wide all the time. So
Sorry.
Much more central under Rosenior. But go ahead, Brian. Do what you do.
now under Rosenior, you're going central. Now you do. Now you do. But before you weren't.
Yeah,
was
under
all
Maresca
wide.
was wide. Maresca was wide.
You should need to go back.
Maresca needed
Pep's slowest position ever is versus Arteta, by the way.
Young Lil Bro. That's Lil Bro. That's Lil Bro Pep.
If that's the game I'm thinking of, didn't we win 2-1?
No, you haven't beat us in 4 years. So chill out, Lil Bro.
1-1.
That's Pep's Lil Bro.
then
You ain't
not
beat
that
us. You ain't beat us in 4 years.
Sorry, I was thinking of the one a few. My bad.
It was 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. Yeah. Don't think about that again. That's a long time ago. Make sure.
Yeah, but like,
those two wins 4 years
Arsenal
ago
wins the
ruined your
Carabao Cup,
manager.
the PFA. Arsenal wins the Carabao Cup. Player of the season goes to Declan Rice. If Arsenal win the Carabao Cup, the player of the season will go to Declan Rice.
Or Gabriel. Either one. Either one.
Yeah,
Will
it
do.
should go to Gabriel, but good. Yeah.
Either one will do. As long as it comes to us, I don't care.
Mo is absolutely right. People think they play the same because of the physical attribute. By the way, being so physical doesn't mean you're the same player or the same way of playing. I agree with this. How many world-class players? How many world-class players do we have? I would say 6.
None.
I don't think we have any.
No,
world-class
that's not. No, that's not true. That's not true.
We have no world-class players. We're shit.
No, that's not true.
We have no world-class players. We're shit. Arteta, what a genius.
2.
We have no world-class players. We're shit.
3.
Mo,
Reason why I
let's
say
agree.
this-
Arsenal.
Got to that level. What?
Hold
Hold on. Who's not world-class players? Who's not world-class players?
Gabriel, Saliba, and Rice.
Bram?
I'll
Bram?
give my reasons. I'll give my reasons on my channel with Mo next week.
Okay. How many do we have? Who are they? How many do we have and who are they?
It's the same. It's the same. They literally took the names out of my mouth.
Go ahead.
Mo, let's
I'm
agree.
going
Arsenal are
for- I
shit
say
and
4.
will get relegated. I'm gonna tell you something, Sundra. From now on,
You would laugh at
From
that.
from now on, it's either
You're-
people say that Arteta's the best player, best coach in the world, or Arsenal have the best players. Cannot be. It has to be one or the other. Prime City and Liverpool would easily win this year's Premier League.
Yeah, brilliant.
We literally have been talking about this. We literally have been talking about this for a bit. Like I don't think that is true. Actually,
Player for player.
No, I think
they
it's
might.
true.
No, I'm
but
saying
what is-
something. I'm saying something. They might. I'm not saying they wouldn't. I'm saying they will.
Mo, can I ask you a question?
Nah, because apparently Virgil was a paraplegic.
Hold
before
on,
he-
Mo. Can I ask you a question? Mo, can I ask you a question? Player for player. How much?
You know,
worse-
like just
Hold
basically
on.
just.
Can I ask Mo a question, please? Mo, player for player, because you're not going to be a fraud. You're not going to be a fraud. You're not even in our league. Yeah, all these men will be fraud. I'm going to ask you a question. Yeah. Player for player, how much worse is this Man City team?
Say that. How much worse than what?
Player for player, yeah. How much worse is this Man City squad to the squad that these men are referring to?
Right, do you want me to
Basically,
go for it?
Centurion's domestic treble winners.
Domestic treble was their best team. Right, cool. Donnarumma's better than Ederson. I'll give you that.
Well, actually,
Oh,
I've got the list
Hold
of
on,
players
hold
up
on,
now.
hold on.
Wait, Wait, touch
Oh,
on. I've got
well,
the list
no,
of
no,
the players
question.
up
Oh,
now.
no,
Let him say
question.
the most
I
paid
don't know the
players.
question.
Donnarumma's better.
No, we want to
Donnarumma.
fact.
no,
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 let's let us fact check it.
Donnarumma is better than Ederson. Their left back
Walker-
now, Nico Riley, or
Walker
Nouri,
Nunes.
is better than Nathan Ake, whoever was playing. I believe Kyle Walker was great for what Pep is doing, right? But Kyle Walker contributed 0% offensively. We all know that under Pep.
What?
You know that, right? You know Kyle Walker was more of the
Kyle
coverage.
Walker,
Even he
we're not
said
even
it.
gonna have the hold on, I'm telling you now, I'm not going to have the conversation on whether Kyle Walker is better than Mateus Nunes. We're not doing that.
No,
I'll-
Mateus Nunes is.
promise
Mateus Nunes
you, I'll
offers more
But James
offensively.
Nunes doesn't offer anything offensively either.
No,
so-
I'll
He
come
does.
back. We're not
He
doing
literally
that.
has
No,
assist. Anyway,
no,
anyway,
no.
guys,
No, okay,
Kyle
no, stop.
Walker. Give Kyle Walker.
Right.
Diaz
come
is
to
Diaz is the same. Gavardiol. I believe John Stones is not a good defender. I believe he's a good midfielder on the ball. Right? I
Nathan
believe
didn't
he's
say that. Nathan
So
said
far, you've got
Conte
5
played
of
more
this.
games.
So far, you've got 5 players of this team.
okay.
Next.
No,
Rodri is Rodri. Foden is Foden.
6,
Foden,
7.
No. Don't be
Hold on,
shameless. Don't be shameless.
Hold
Foden
on.
was 17 in their prime years.
No, stop.
I
Let-
think Gundogan
let-
given
finish.
Gundogan. I'm not. He's not. They're talking about the triple season. It's not. They're not
That
talking
wasn't
about
prime
the.
season.
Finish. Let Mo finish touchline, please.
Okay, Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne are definitely better than whoever is playing in that midfield, no matter what. In my opinion.
Hold on, Bernardo Silva was playing in that midfield.
So Bernardo then. Now Bernardo
Bernardo
was
Silva wasn't
playing.
playing.
This was when
Also played right
Bernardo
wing.
had legs.
Played right
No,
wing.
no,
as
no,
well.
no, no.
He played right wing a lot.
Played right wing.
Bernardo played.
Bernardo still here. Bernardo still here.
Yeah, Bernardo still, but he's talking about numbers, overall numbers. Riyad Mahrez is better than all their wingers.
Sane
Okay.
was better than all
I
their wingers.
believe that Semenyo is better than Jack Grealish for City. That's my belief.
He wasn't there in 2018. What are we doing?
He's
What
not
are we
doing
doing
it
to
2018.
Who said
right now.
2018? Are we hold on, guys? Are we saying 218?
Yes,
218?
that's the best team.
No. Just so we're all clear.
Hold on, are we all that guys? Are we comparing Pep's team 8 years ago? Is that what we're going?
That
No,
is
we're
the
not doing
best
that.
team.
We're having
What
changed.
the
Haven't
whole
changed, haven't
argument
changed.
was? What are we
So we're clear.
doing?
Hold on. Let me set the premise for this. Just so we're clear, I've asked him to compare this team to the team that you lot love, this Centurion bullshit, yeah?
The Centurion, I was comparing to the triple, to be honest.
And I've got the
Not
I've
the
got the
Centurion.
players here.
Please, this team that you're saying is so much worse. Mo has just put 8 of the players today.
No, because he was
No, no,
comparing.
no, no, I compared to the triple. I compared to the triple. I compared to the
comparing
triple.
to the treble. Nah,
I didn't
Yeah,
know the Centurion.
hold on.
Yeah, Habibi,
Yeah,
stop laughing. I was comparing to the triple.
KD, am I chatting shit? Am I chatting shit? Did you not just do that?
Mo heard the wrong one.
No,
I literally was
KD,
comparing
no.
to the triple.
I
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
I asked him to compare the teams. He picked more players from
So why is he
today.
chatting
Yeah,
about?
Habibi, I compared the wrong teams.
You don't that shit to me when it's this. when
Guys,
this
he
team-
didn't even talk about flipping company. He didn't talk
There
about
you
any
are.
of these man.
The company weren't part of Centurions.
Yes, he was. Are you high?
He was, he was.
Player for player. This team is not that far from the team that
Okay,
you man love.
Kaz, can I
It's
ask
not-
you then? If
it's
I
not
read,
like
if I
With a
list off these
move on, bro.
Kaz,
Move
no,
on.
Kaz, let me ask you. Kaz, let me ask you, and I want to hear your reasoning.
Please. Based on
All
what
right,
this-
congratulations,
Hold on.
Wolfie.
Big up your
Congratulations, Wolfie.
Pick up your thing.
Big up, Wolfie. Big
So
up,
based
Boris.
on most perception, yeah, this team is not that far. But what this team is happening, they're getting moved to. So what has changed, you ask? The
Pep Guardiola.
Brett,
The
no,
level of
no.
opposition.
No, it's the same Pep. It's the same Pep. Is that and low-key a better team. The difference is the league has gotten better, so you can't get away with that pass side to side bullshit because we've seen it
We're
already.
still talking about
No,
two
I'm
completely
my
different
argument.
teams.
This league is harder because
I beg Nathaniel,
Kaz,
compare your
I agree
teams
with
then.
that.
Kaz,
The league is
What
definitely
Mo
harder.
said. If you don't
Kaz.
like what I said, play Mo. Don't argue
Kaz,
with me.
let me
Argue with
ask
Mo.
you then.
Don't
Kaz,
argue
let
with
me
me.
ask you.
Argue with Mo. Don't argue with me.
Paz, let me ask you. Yeah? So Donnarumma or Edison?
Sorry? Donnarumma.
Donnarumma or Edison?
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma.
Carl Walker or Nunes?
Carl Walker.
Carl Walker.
Company or Diaz?
Company or Dune. Sorry?
Or Diaz?
Company of Diaz today.
Diaz. Today.
Interesting. Otamendi or Gehi?
Concentrate. Otamendi's a piece of shit, bro.
sorry. Fabian
Gay.
Delph or Nico
I
O'Reilly?
thought it was Laporta was playing.
Say that again.
it was
Laporta's a bigger
Otamendi,
piece of shit.
mostly
They're both
Otamendi.
pieces of shit.
No,
What's the next-
of course, whoever you choose, Nico O'Reilly or they're better
Or
than
Fabian
Fabian Delph,
Delph.
so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
anyone,
Who you choose.
any left back they have now. Pick anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Fernandinho or Rodri?
Can I say
Sorry.
something before you go, guys? Big up everyone that joined us from Wolfie, of course, from
Big
Force Fan TV, guys. Hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I know that everyone was at Wolfie for the tiers, so hit that like button, guys.
There was no
We
tears.
have a lot. We have 250 votes. We need to get to 300 likes. It's over 500 people here in the house. Go ahead, continue.
You
Like
see
up
this
the
guy?
screen.
There was no tears.
Ram's gonna appear in the sleep.
Keep going, Nathan. Keep going, Nathan.
Yeah, so
Fine,
Fernandinho or Rodri?
Concentrate.
David Silva or Bernardo?
David Silva.
I'd probably say Bernardo.
Ooh.
I'd say David personally.
For me, if you're a centre mid, I'll pick Bernardo.
De Bruyne or
And
Shirky?
Bernardo.
De Bruyne or
Sorry?
Shirky? De Bruyne or
Sorry?
Shirky?
Concentrate, bro. Lock in, bro.
Sterling or Semenyo?
Semenyo.
Oh, hell
Haaland
no.
or Aguero?
Hell no.
You've gone mad.
Look at the
That's
camera
only
when you
because
say
you
that,
saw
Kaz.
Unks.
Look at
That's
the
only because you
camera
were
when
watching
you
Unks
say
play
that.
for your club. You were watching Unks play for your club and you've been blinded, bro. You've lost it.
Look at this guy.
We got him, Brett. We got him.
Okay, I'm gonna walk that back. My fault.
Can we move on from this? I need to do
Manchester
this.
City Sterling, not. And anyway,
No, I'm a
Aguero
hater. I'm a
Haaland.
hater. No, you know what? You got me. I was hating. Go on, do your thing. Go on.
Aguero or Haaland.
Today,
Haaland. It has to be.
And
Haaland.
then
Hold on.
Sane or Doku.
Sane.
You're
Concentrate.
Okay,
Concentrate.
Hold on.
Concentrate, Paz. Paz, concentrate. Concentrate. Do not do
Guys,
that.
I really have to move on. I really, guys, I don't want to derail this. I really gotta move on from this. I really have to move on. Guys,
You have to
my
finish
show,
this
I have
properly.
to move
No,
on,
no, no,
people.
no,
I
no,
gotta
he
move
didn't-
on. I have to move on. Guys, I have to move on. I have to move on. I have to move on. Here is, I'm gonna tell you guys the last thing. Actually, I'm gonna tell you. You know, Sterling versus Semenyo, for example. Sterling was good at Liverpool. Was upcoming star. I think the problem
Hey,
is
golden boy winner.
Pep Guardiola isn't in this environment, isn't going to be able to get even 50% of Sterling's output from Semenyo, who I think is very talented because of how tough the league is, because the way teams are structured, because teams don't have fear factors like before. Teams are not like bending down like before, right? By the way, you aren't bending.
By the way, you rap, you absolute rap. This guy.
Anyway, I wanna move on from this. Today it confirms that Mo is a closet Arsenal fan. So much waffle in one stream, or it's his double. It's his double on crack. I'm gonna tell you something, Red Indian. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be on 200K just by my watch alongs, literally.
You're not ready.
By the way, you're not. And also, if I was an Arsenal fan, you would have known by now. You're just butthurt. I think you support Liverpool, so you're butthurt or something.
Your booty's hurt.
I want to go back now, since we have Ram and Touchline. I want to go back to how this show started, when Paz said that he would choose Chelsea currently over the Liverpool and the Manchester United teams.
He's gonna set Touchline off on one.
He's going to be objective. He has his hair on the side, right?
He does.
He has his hair on the side. He's being.
That don't mean shit.
It means he's on. It means. Listen. It means he's on their best behavior, bro. It means he's on his best behavior.
No, it doesn't. It means that he's on. He's looking like he's on his best behavior, but he's gonna do a matter. That's what it is.
That's fact.
That's not ridiculous to say.
The most dangerous people is when you don't expect them to be dangerous. That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm
If
waiting.
you're asking me, the club, if I'm a player today, if you're asking me the club that I would join the most now,
Like to join.
I would join Man United today.
Over Liverpool.
For one reason. As of now, I actually think they might keep Arne Slot.
Even no, Can I just say, even if they don't,
Okay, I have other reasons. I actually think Liverpool need a lot of work, and I know that Liverpool fans will get touchy and they'll get sensitive. They need a right winger, they need a left winger, they need a right back, they need a center back, they need a DM, they need 5 players. And I mean, by the way, no, Van Dijk is there. And I mean by this, when I mean players, I mean starters. Liverpool need a starting right winger. I think Salah is done. I know he scored a goal yesterday. I think he's done. Right? I think he's done. Left winger, they need a starting left winger. At DM, they need a starting DM. They need a starting right back. At least 4 starters.
They just
If you're asking me,
what are you talking about starting DM?
Gravenberch is not a DM,
So what is he?
and they're gonna move on from him. They're gonna not move on. They're gonna move on from him as a DM.
Last year, Paz.
Guys. He had a great season last season, but I don't think that Gravenberch is the DM they need now.
No,
Man
they gave
United.
him 300K. They're not moving on from him. What are you talking
No,
about?
they're moving on from him as a
in the
DM.
six,
Okay,
no.
Paz.
No,
They are
they're
moving
not.
on from him as a DM.
Who told you that? Who? Who's telling you this stuff? They
Richard
just gave
Hughes.
him a brand new
Richard
deal
Hughes.
with
Richard
OD
Hughes.
money. Who's
Paz,
telling you they're moving on from
Richard Hughes.
No, we're not.
Most
but you're
of
just-
Richard Hughes on speed dial.
You're just saying shit. Who told you they're going to move on from 300K Gravenberch? Who? What's the logic that's behind this? Please tell me.
They need a DM because they don't have a DM.
Who told you they are going? Where's the logic behind your sentence? You said they're going to move.
That's my trail of thought, Habib.
No. Where's the logic though? Where's the logic? You said they're going to, as if it's going to happen. So where's the logic?
Because I think they are linked to some DMs, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
Only one is Adam Wharton.
Adam Wharton.
Adam
Yeah,
Wharton.
As this is
Linked to Adam Wharton. That is why they're going to move on from 300K Gravenberch. You know what? That's how I know, Mo. You're just saying shit.
Warren's not really.
No, how?
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Anyway.
respond. Okay, guys, everyone. Let me respond to you. Gravenberch is gonna move to be an 8 pass.
No, it doesn't. What does that matter? It doesn't matter anyways. It doesn't matter.
Who
Why
is
it doesn't
telling you
matter?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like,
That's what I think, Paz. That's what
And
I
they-
think.
No,
What's
no,
the-
no, no,
what
no.
was
That's
the
not what you
original
think. That's
But
what
I'm saying
you
that
think.
he's still going to be in the
I'm
club.
not.
That's what I think they should do. Okay. That's what I
This
think
is
they
like
should
saying
do.
because Arsenal signed the
Hold
left
on,
back,
hold
they
on.
need to
That's
come
what the pass. I will rephrase. Yeah. That's what I think they should do. That's why one of the reasons I choose Man United, because I think that Liverpool need 4 starters. For Man United, I'm not sure if Casemiro is staying or not, but they will need at least a starting midfielder. One starting midfielder. I think they need a
Center back.
left back. I don't think they do.
Are you counting Martinez, who's always injured?
Yes.
No, we
Can't
need a
count
left
him.
back. We definitely need
They
a left
lick-
back.
They need a left back. They need a
Luke
left
Shaw-
back to start.
Luke Shaw only stays
The
fit 2
difference
years.
between Man United and Liverpool, Man United need
Out
a
of 4.
squad to compete in multiple competitions.
But
Here is
Liverpool
why
is
I-
going to spend. Like Liverpool
And Man
said,
United
we
are going to
spent
spend as
Okay.
well.
Another question.
Not
Where
like
is the
Man
logic
United,
behind
not like
Liverpool
Liverpool.
going to spend? Where's the logic? Where's the logic?
Last
They
season
did
was
it.
an anomaly, so they're not going
They've
to
said
They
spend.
did it once.
They did it again.
Man United spend every summer, bro.
Man, will you please correct them and say that your ownership group has said that they are going to spend this summer?
They've said a lot of things, though. They've said a lot of things.
When did they say that?
Hold
I
on.
don't
He
know about
asked,
you guys, but some of you
he
man are
asked
lagging
question.
bad.
he asked Ram a
That's
question.
you,
You
right?
are the only one
I'm
lagging.
fine.
You're the
Hold
only
on,
one
hold
lagging.
on, guys, he asked Ram a question. Let Ram answer the question because he said that the ownership said that. He said, "Isn't it Ram? Ram, please answer."
Only thing I heard was Ram answer.
Ram,
He's lagging.
All right, bro. Okay, cool. Well, even if
You know
Liverpool
what?
spend,
Liverpool spend-
Paz, chill, man, chill. Even if Liverpool spend, Man United have already today just broke out by Ben Jacobs. And Man United have already made contact with both Tonali and Bruno G's representatives. So I reckon we'll get Bruno G. I don't reckon we'll get.
Brilliant.
Tonali.
You've made contact with Tonali. This is what I hate, bro.
So
I swear down, you lot are slave to these Twitter journalists, bro. You think when you hear contact, done deal.
Sometimes I wish
It's-
football. was
I didn't say that.
I
But anyways,
really-
I'm
I
just
really
using
do.
the point of.
You just said that. You just said that.
Can I finish my point?
I wish
I'm
football
using,
was
I'm
like
using the
NBA.
thing of what KG said that Liverpool will spend. I'm saying Man United will also spend.
Yes, I never said that. Never said
Both
that
teams
Man
are
United
gonna
wouldn't
spend.
spend.
Both teams are going to spend. And last
And one
summer, they spent
of
more
the
money than us,
reasons,
and we had a better
yeah,
summer.
one of the reasons I would choose Chelsea last is how the ownership are moving and because of the manager.
And the
That's
transfer
why I
ban.
would choose Chelsea last. There is no transfer ban
And I
apparently.
also say today I read that Paz wants to move to Arsenal. Just before I let you know.
So who's your source?
Me.
Paz.
I'm telling you, I want.
Touchline facts tweeted out. Though.
I'm telling you, and it's factual. I want to move to Arsenal. I'm waiting for the.
Have they been in touch with your representatives?
I've been in touch with theirs, and I want to move.
Because
to Arsenal.
Faz, when you said, let's be serious a little bit. When you said about the squad and
We're
the
being the same
teams,
amount of serious.
you said when you said the squad and the teams, you kind of disregarded everything else. The manager, how the ownership are moving. When you said you choose Chelsea over Man United and Liverpool, it was
That was
because of the players only. You disregarded the direction
He
of
was
the
only
club
saying squad.
completely.
I said just squad. Yeah, facts. I agree.
So you
That was
think
the-
the
that was
squad?
the-
So
that
you
was the
think the
question
squad
at
of
the time.
Chelsea is better than the squad of Man United, for example?
No, what I said was if I was a
Okay.
Chelsea fan, I would rock that. For example, Liverpool have no excuses. Man U, for me, have no excuses. Chelsea can say we're young. We're young, leave us alone. And that's what we need to do. That's
excuse
for me,
for shit.
help me sleep at night.
Wait,
That helped
what?
me sleep
I'm
at
so
night.
now I'm really confused.
Hold on, because he's referencing an older
Ram,
argument.
are you with us? Can you hear us?
From
Yes,
the
I can
beginning
hear
of the stream.
There's
he
no lag
referenced
now.
it. And I said, if I was a fan, where would I rather? What point would I rather my squad be at? And I said Chelsea, due to the fact that they have picked a load of little kids. So I can now say my cope can be there's a lot of room to grow and learning to do for this team, provided everyone hangs on to their players. If I'm Liverpool, you lot got a lot of problems and a lot of squad balance to achieve. Whereas I don't think Chelsea have those same problems. They just need to get this pile of shit playing properly and maybe get some additions. Man United, for example, they also are going for a transition period where they need to get a bunch of shit out. Whereas I don't think Chelsea necessarily to get stuff out. I think they just need some things in. So for me, what position would I rather my squad be at? Probably Chelsea's. That's all. That's all I said.
No, but the problem is, right, the only issue I have with Chelsea is whether the board are on the same page.
Yeah,
But that's what I disregarded.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
that's
I
different.
You
Yeah,
can't.
I
You,
just-
you can't. It's such a big thing.
I know.
I
Because
think United
because
next season.
a lot of hang on 1 minute, touchline. When it came to Chelsea of this season before
Yeah.
the transfer window, a lot of the Chelsea, because the board said that they will go out and sign the big players, and then this summer that's happened where they didn't sign any big players, and then they retook what they said and said something completely different. That's when I'm like, okay, this board ain't serious like that.
yeah.
So you have to take that into account when it comes.
Yeah,
to
but the question was based on squads. That's why
Yeah, it was just squad. It wasn't manager. It wasn't anything.
I would
anything other than just
never
player.
choose Chelsea as a club. That's a piece of shit. If I was going to choose a club, I'd probably say Man U because I think they will always just constantly throw money at it and hope something sticks. I think they're all in hell personally. I don't think Liverpool are going to bounce back the way
You don't think that this? A lot of
think-
Liverpool fans, Pat, a lot of Liverpool fans think that it would require some additions, and they're going back to the top.
No, I think all three of them will do the exact same thing.
You know,
It's a
all,
bit-
you know,
no,
all,
but
you know,
no.
all Liverpool. You know, 99%. Pat, you still with Sam all the time. 90% of them think that if they change the manager and get a good manager, just a couple of signings and they're back. Just
People
like
don't.
this.
One, I feel like people lack genuine, like real life football experience, and at the same time, I think people also lack the understanding of the past. Like people don't even use the past to understand some of the mistakes that they're ignoring. And for me, yeah, even if you look at Chelsea, yeah, you see when Chelsea had John Terry, yeah, and he was agent, them motherfuckers went to a back five to cover up all of the pieces of shit that John Terry was going to leave. For me, you lot are not going to cover the pieces of shit that Van Dijk's going to leave. You can't cover Van Dijk and Salah at the same fucking time. You can't do it.
You have to recreate them in the aggregate.
For me, you just gave Van Dijk new bread. You just gave Mo Salah new bread. For me, I don't even think any of them are leaving next year. I genuinely don't. I don't believe any of them are leaving. And you can't go into next season as Van Dijk, your starting centre back with no one else to compete. And you can't also tell Van Dijk to hold bench. You can't tell Mo Salah to hold bench. And who are you going to get
that doesn't work?
to compete with him? So for me, like where you are right now is stuck between a rock and a hard place. I also think if you get a left winger, what do you do with Gakpo? What do you do with Rio? Are you going to kill Rio or are you going to get rid of Gakpo?
They're killing Rio anyway.
Your striker problems, and then you've got Ekitike and Isak. You're now going to have the same problem you had at the start of the season. Then your midfield lacks real steel, and where the Premier League is going, everyone is trying to get more legs and more competitive physicality. You lot have gone the opposite way and went and got a midget from Germany, and then you've got this delicate, long, weak PM, and then you've got another midget in McAllister, and then you've got Curtis Jones, who you will let down the bench for the rest of his life. And for me, then you've also gone and got another midget left back who, honestly,
Can we not? He's not. No, wait. He's not small. He's not small. He's 5'11". He's 5'11", I think.
I will throw Kirkhead. I will throw Kirkhead to the other side.
He's not 5'11". Let me fact check that.
Kirkhead and Frimpong.
No, he's 5'11". He's 180 centimeters.
Yes, but he's made out of stick, bro. He's made out of Play-Doh. You've got Kirkhead and
He's just
Frimpong,
like
the smallest fullback. And then also Leone, who you've got coming back next year, is also stick thin. So for me, you've got
Whoa. No. He's not stick thin.
Of the whole Prem. You're now
going
going against the grain, and you're not technically unbelievable to where you're going to pop people. And then also you've gone and got a stick thin striker in Isak. You've got a stick thin striker in Ekitike. Mo Salah's old as shit. Gakpo's weak and slow and shit. And then you've got a 16-year-old Rio. You've got 3 midgets in the midfield and a stick man in Gravenberch. You are going the opposite direction.
Who's the third midget? If you want to call Szoboszlai a midget, then you can.
I actually forgot about Szoboszlai. That motherfucker thinks that he's Cristiano Ronaldo right now. So for me, you lot are going in the complete opposite direction. We're allowed to do it.
You can't say that when they employ Rice, by the way.
And also, in addition to this, your balance is terrible, and your front line is full of people who want the ball to feet instead of what you're actually known for in running in behind. You have about 1,000 problems that I personally don't think are going to be fixed in one window. It's impossible. I think you are in more hell than Man U and Chelsea. Me personally.
The problem is, Paz, what you're saying.
And your manager shit on top of that, by the way.
Can be true. However, certain Liverpool fans also had the same thought process in 2021 when we were dead.
When was that? Name the team.
When we lost all our centre backs, but then people were criticizing the likes of Mane, Firmino, and people like that, saying that we might need to do a lot of refreshing. We didn't sign anyone in the summer after that. And what did we
didn't
do?
sign
We end up
Canate.
going for a
We
quad.
lost
But
it.
what was your baseline though? What was your baseline of that squad? Physicality. And I'm telling you now, if you're shit and for me, if I'm gonna have a shit team, minimum let these men be runners, please God. If you're unathletic and shit, we're all in hell, bro. If you're unathletic, and that is what you lot are right now, you're unathletic, you're slow, you're skinny, you're weak and shit. And your manager is bold and ain't got a clue. For
But
me,
the players aren't shit.
Depends. How
For
much
me,
of
the
that?
player quality is
How
not
much
shit.
of that changes if they
Your player
actually
quality
put a
is
manager
shit.
in?
How?
So I don't think. See, this is what people think. People think it's the manager, and don't get me wrong. Your manager is a bot because he's trying to do the total football bullshit. But for me, I don't think that you're going to get a new manager and he's going to create new things. Your
No,
team
but-
is going in the opposite direction of the rest of the Prem.
No, but the manager that we have right now is not maximizing the output of some of these players. Would you agree with that?
Who has maximized the output of the players that you're talking about?
As in, like last season, he maximized the output of some of these players.
Okay,
did
let
he
me ask
not?
you a question. Well, let's go through the team. Who maximized Kirkers?
What do you mean by that?
When was Kirkers at his best?
At Bournemouth,
And what did they play?
they played four attacking, overlapping fullbacks.
Perfect. You ain't doing that. Who maximized Frimpong?
Well, we did that. We did that last night, did we not?
So he's played 3 good
So
games.
that's the issue. That's the issue. We use Frimpong and we use and we got Kirkes, and we're not using them as overlapping fullbacks.
Okay, so,
That's
okay,
not maximizing the output of your
let's
players.
create a scenario.
If you're asking your naturally overlapping fullbacks / wing backs to go and invert into the penalty area, then you're making us. Then it's going to be a dumb decision, is it not?
Let me ask you a question. Who's playing like that successfully right now?
But that's the point. That's what I'm saying. What a Liverpool fans.
That's my point. You built a team based on old football shit. You lot are going backwards to the old football shit. This total football crap that doesn't work anymore. You've gone and got
It's
these.
not total football.
You've gone and got exactly. It isn't. It's some next hybrid bullshit of total football. Because none of your shit players can intertwine and change positions because they're not good enough. So for me, what you've gone and got,
plays a striker as a left wing at the same time.
You've gone and got 2 weak fullbacks that are rapid, who can maybe cross on their good days, and then you've got an old arse Van Dijk who is protected by a guy who is Gravenberch. I'm not going to get into specifics. Next to him, you have a Calamity who decides whether he's going to be good when he walks onto the pitch. And then next to him, you have a McAllister who's miles off it, and you have a.
Who's the Calamity?
I've been through your team 5 times. For me, you're not built to go forward. You're built to go backwards. For me, that's the way you're built right now.
That's a fair point because that's how you see the squad. But the reason why I will challenge it is because we have been in situations, if you're looking at the past, where we thought that this squad needed a load of revamp, but actually the squad was actually of the quality. It just had a poor season.
I didn't think the revamp in that. When you had Mane, Salah, Firmino,
people said that Firmino was done at the striker. We needed a proper striker. People said that Mane was done as a left winger.
But Firmino, you did need to do striker because next season Firmino got dropped and Mane went up front.
That was when we signed.
That's how you revived Mane because Mane was trash on left wing. You pushed him into the false 9 and he had a revival.
Yeah, but we only signed one player to do that. That was Luis Diaz
and Canate.
No.
You think you said about?
I hear you. That's after Mane had already.
And Canate barely played. It was Matip that played that season.
That was after Mane had already punched up the Premier League.
I miss Matip so much, man.
So what about Man United? So why don't you think that Man United are coming close to the top? Because of the history or because of the current
couple seasons behind?
Man City are at the top and they're in hell. I would rather be Man City any day of the week than Manchester United, brother. And they are also slightly miles off it, and we're also not playing unbelievably going forward. The gap between us and Man United, the gap between Arsenal, Man City, and Man United in regards to consistency, I genuinely think we're not playing the same sport. If I'm honest, like Man United, for me, also you got Man United also have a bunch of players that I don't think over 38 games can
with the added Europe, with the extra.
Yeah, also your squad's thin, and secondly, I also think like the way you play is cute. Like for example, you started popping it a bit when you got Carrick. That shit just doesn't work anymore, bro. Like unless something drastically changes and you create this new brand of football that is anti what's going on in the Prem right now, I can't see what you're doing as sustainable.
Could you argue you saying that that stuff don't work anymore? Previously in history, it's shown that whatever style, if it gets the best out of your players, you end up winning.
What is it getting the best out of these players?
Well, at this moment, he's doing very well for them.
Yes, it's getting better out of these players who were on the ground, who just finished 15th. So really, if I was the manager and I just said, stop doing the shit you were doing, they would play better.
But Paz, do you not think that there's a cap to this Man United team in terms of talent? Like, I don't think there's any manager in the world that could make this current Man United team challenge.
I don't think they're going to be better next year
out of this current group of players. Like, he's
getting
Bruno
behind, but
they're going to be better next year. They're not going to start challenging. They're not going to do that.
Right, I don't agree either. But what I'm saying is, but my argument is, Carrick is getting the best out of this current group of players that we've seen fail Amarin. Okay, all right. Fair point.
With the context, yes, it's the best we've seen it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Are you happy, man?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Let me do this last one before we get out of here. This Arsenal team versus Arsenal during the Man City Centurion. Yeah, it's not even a comparison.
That's a mad thing to say.
Why?
This Arsenal team versus AFC during the MC Centurion.
Like, that's a crazy.
I don't get
thing
the question.
Yeah.
Are you asking the question of Emery's Arsenal versus Arteta's Arsenal?
It wasn't Emery's Arsenal.
That's what this question is. Emery's Arsenal is the worst Arsenal I've ever seen in my life.
It was Wenger's last season.
Wenger's last season.
No, it isn't. Centurion.
Yeah, Centurion.
17-18 was Wenger's last season.
2018.
Domestic treble was
17-18.
Domestic treble was Unai Emery's first campaign.
Yeah.
That was the domestic treble season for City.
Nah, absolutely ridiculous question.
Yeah, that is a crazy question.
Yeah, that's
there's
mad.
There's no Arsenal squad that could compete with this squad since
Invincibles.
But listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. That was actually a very good show. I want to thank everyone that joined us. Tomorrow we'll preview the Premier League and the Carabao Cup final, of course. Touchline facts in the description. His channels in the description. Tomorrow's Man United game, right? Bournemouth away.
Yep. Yeah, Bournemouth away. Friday night kickoff, 8 p.m. UK time.
Yeah. Ram stand, of course. The Ram stand as well. Past the creator, Nathaniel knows football, KGX. Of course, channel in the description, Chelsea. I will see you guys tomorrow. This will take you to the Mancunian way where they are previewing the Carabao Cup final. Of course, Man City versus Arsenal. Can I get like a prediction quick? Just who's winning?
Oh,
just
Arsenal 2-1.
Arsenal, touchline.
I don't go 1-0 Arsenal, but I wouldn't be surprised I really wouldn't be surprised if City win it. But I just don't know. I honestly don't know.
I know Nathaniel and I know KG. Who do you think is gonna win?
Arsenal penalties.
Okay.
If he goes to penalties, City are winning because Donnarumma and David Raya.
Donnarumma at Wembley on penalties.
Yeah.
Hey.
And
Saka taking the fifth penalty. No.
I will see you guys tomorrow.
You are cruel, bro.
Judge Moore Raid. We're out of here.